Good morning, good morning. All right. Give me one sec. Why is this? Oh, I think I need to switch over. I believe I was on the other one. Yeah, okay. There we go. Now it should work. All right. Yeah. I was on the other account. That's why the stuff wasn't showing up. Okay. Good morning, folks. So BIAF has been a continuation mover that's been going for quite a while now. I think we're approaching the highs. Yeah, we're getting close-ish. Very nice recovery attempt. No news on this, so this is purely a continuation play again. Even over the last, say, 10, 20 days, this has been a continued move up. So I don't want to underestimate this. Good Good morning, Proton Junkie. Yeah, great start for me. Yeah. Good morning, sir. Yeah, ELAB got absolutely hammered. This thing just popped up and just rolled completely over. Nothing really held up yesterday. FP kind of did. Maybe I should keep feet on watch too. Yeah, DX rolled over. Yeah, most stocks that popped up, yeah, even EVTV rolled over. Yep. Yeah, it was just feed. Feed was the only one that held up yesterday. Good morning, no thanks. $200,000 volume on this pop is a good bit too. So this stock's been grinding, right? You had it base out here, and it's just been moving up consistently over the last like week and a half, 2 weeks. It's been very impressive. Yeah, pump consolidate. Yeah, it has had that pattern where it's pumped, pulled back a little bit, pumped, pulled back a little, pumped. Yeah, it's certainly feels that way. We've had the pullback and maybe the next pump has started. Say seems back to being boring and slow. Certainly looks that way. But we'll see. Note did pop as well, but that one's a bit on the cheaper side, and it's already started to pull back, it looks like. Yeah, I mean, this one's just too cheap for me, so I can't really mess with it. It's really just BIAF that's moved. I talked about the ticker yesterday. I was in at 430 on the first sign of volume past 7. So you mean here? Or... DC ITOC also moving. Again, though, it's just a penny stock, so I don't really want to mess with it. Oh, okay, so you're saying you got in right around here then. Gotcha. Now, when you said we talked about it yesterday, I was in at 4:30 for a sign of volume. I conflated the two as being from yesterday. I didn't think you meant. We talked about it yesterday, and then separate statement. I'm in it now at 7 a.m. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, even in terms of top gappers, this one's kind of an interesting one. But yeah, top gappers, we don't really have anything. Right, I'm looking at it here. We have nothing significant. I will say as a caveat though, BIF has been grinding quite a lot, so even a 20% move, it's only at 420. It's really not that big of a move. I can see the confusion reading that statement. I just saw a clean pump and dump consolidate pattern and told myself to jump in if it started moving. Right. Good luck if you're still in, sir. I mean, it seems like it's, at least so far, held up. I'm not super confident in anything really moving today, though. Everything but feed failed yesterday. All right, so you had like a 80 or 90% failure rate. Good morning, Tristan. Or should I say, regular morning, Tristan. Nothing, another day of nothing. But BIAF, look, it's up. It's up 18%. Look, it's up 18%. That's the top gainer. There's your opportunity. Just two massive volume candles at the very start of 7. That was your opportunity of the day. Anyone who got in after this first spike hasn't really seen any resolution yet. Your tiny size. Support BIF, that's how thin it is. Well, if that's how thin it is, if I tried to short it, I'd probably push it all the way back down. It couldn't handle 8 shares. Am I even able to short it? Out of curiosity. I am able to short it. Borrow fee's super high. I guess not surprising. There's probably some sort of bigger term short squeeze play going on, right? This is a harder to borrow stock, and this thing has been squeezing for like 10 days plus. So there's probably some kind of short squeeze play going on. Then hammer it! I feel like Ross Cameron today. Good stuff, sir. That's what it's like when you get to feel a buy followed by immediate surge of buying pressure. But that's just because you timed it well. There's no other reason. Yeah, I saw he did really, he struggled yesterday. It's actually really funny with feed. He went long the exact place I was trying to go short. So where was it? He tried to go long here. And this is where I tried to go short yesterday. So I think that's kind of humorous how if I would have gotten short, I was 1 penny off. If I had gotten that 1 penny, I would have taken a short position when Ross tried to go long, which is certainly interesting. Take advantage. Yeah, I'm a little concerned too. Maybe I don't know if Benjamin P Trading from YouTube. I'm a bit concerned that he might have seen that I'm shorting because he's now started shorting too. And knowing how I was when I started trading, like I'm a little worried for him. Right? I mean, anyone who's a newer trader who's trying to dip their toe in shorting, certainly a dangerous endeavor. Right, he did it yesterday and he got rewarded for it, and I could see he's tasted the fountain. Hmm. Yeah, shorting pre-market is risky if you don't have good enough filters. Yeah, certainly. And even now, I'm not even claiming what I'm doing is working. I've got like, what, 10 or 11 sample size? So it's still very, very small. And the video I'm working on too about martingale trading is very synergetic with short selling. So I think that'll really highlight some of the risks of short selling. And of course, averaging down, right? Martingale is averaging down, doubling down. So that too. But I do think there is crossover between martingale and shorting. Right? It's that doomsday scenario. I literally have 600 trades of forward tested sample size and everything from October to the last 5 months for my strat. Surprising that you would get 600 trades in these months, like from October especially, because that's really where it started to go cold, was the second half of October. Can I recap the previous strategy and why I changed for this? Yeah, so this is a really good example too, because this was something that I think a lot of traders don't. They do the first part, but then they don't adapt properly. So my history, I took the Ross Cameron course around 3 years ago, something like that. I was trying to mimic the Ross Cameron style, of course, like everybody else. I ended up losing $4,000 the first year. And at that point, I decided it wasn't working. I had to pivot. So I ended up making a new one. I basically started throwing anything at the wall, and I looked at which one stuck. And then from there, I just started focusing in on those ones that were working. And I was realizing that if a stock has a huge capitulation, but the volume did not match that capitulation, then there was a discrepancy there. And I was able to refine it to a point where over the next 2 years, I was able to build up over 10,000 in profit from it. But I ended up going too all in on it, right? I didn't really have any other strategy that worked at the time. So I ended up leaving my job and I was trading like 1,500 to 2,000 shares a trade. I think it was like 1,500 shares per trade. And I remember there was a lot of things I was experiencing. Like I remember I would get shaky. I would be very, very nervous. I was almost trying to force trades because this was what I was trying to do for income. And I was making on average over $100 a day. Right? That's accounting for the losses. So I was making over 100 a day. But emotionally, I was just being totally wrecked by it. And especially whenever I started doing YouTube, that level of stress with an audience, and whenever I was first doing it, my only audience was actually bigger. I was getting around 50 to 60 people live watching me continuously. So it was a slightly more flashy strategy than the new one I'm doing right now. So I was getting a lot more retention as a result. But yeah, I ended up needing to size down just to deal with the emotional burdens of it. So I was only doing like 100, 200 shares or whatever. And the reality is what I thought was working well, like people were, people were reinforcing the fact that I was following process, the fact that I was drawing in gross profit whenever I was dealing with like the commissions on the old broker. And even then when I was net profitable with the zero commission broker, the reality is I wasn't making that much money. So I wasn't doing something that was practically life-changing, right? I was making statistically about $2 an hour with the reduced size, which that's not really anything worth pursuing. And while technically right now I'm only making about 18 cents an hour with the new strategy, like adjusted, I'm making about 18 cents per hour, which, you could be like, oh, well, that's like 10 times worse, right? You're making $2 an hour, which was already bad. Now you're making 18 cents an hour. But the difference is this should be much more scalable and should be much more emotionally manageable. That's the idea. And I've said this like publicly many times. While I was able to in the past make over $100, technically it'd be basically over $100 an hour because I was only trading like 1 or 2 hours. But I cannot realistically replicate that, especially to a live audience. Like even without the live audience, doing it consistently was very nerve-wracking. So even without the audience, I can't say I was very consistent with it. I was making like $3 an hour looking through boxes of quarters from my bank. That's funny, but of course, since this is a scaling game, you can't view it like that. And I don't, right? I don't view it for the current strategy. For the old strategy, I do, because realistically, I could not maintain large size, right? Just to get, again, like I was to the point where I was like physically shaking. I couldn't sleep. I was throwing up. Like I was a total psychological wreck trading that high of size. And the thing is with my old strategy too, was it was much higher variance. So I would have bigger wins, bigger losses. there would be days where I'd make 400 or 500. There'd be days I'd lose 400, 500. So trying to live off of that income when there was that much variance was very, very difficult for me. Right. And especially at the time too, I had almost no cushion build up. Right. So I was basically needing the next payout to get by. And that's, I think, really what amplified it. Like now I have, I don't want to say how much I have exactly, but I have enough cushion to where I could probably go a whole year without any money and I'd be fine. But I was not in that condition at all before. So I think that's another very significant detail, right? I don't really feel pressured to make this work. First of all, because I have other ways I'm making money now, but also because, yeah, I just don't have that burden. You're back after your 1 week vacation, Lawson. Welcome back, sir. You haven't missed too much. We had a bit of a warmer day yesterday. But yeah, other than that, I don't think it's... Oh, I wasn't here Monday, so I can't really speak on Monday. I heard people say that Monday was slow, though. That's what I'm trying with my software, which is get some users, provide value, have some income that covers expenses through that, to be able to scale my working strat way more. Yeah, and even with this YouTube channel, like, I've thought about this a lot, and here's where I kind of stand. Initially, because I was using Webull, and I am still using Webull, right? It's not like I stopped. My mind was that, because I was offered to do an affiliation with Webull, and in my head, I was thinking, well, I'm using Webull, and this was after January. I'm like, okay, well, I'm using Webull right now. I love the software. I'm getting basically free level 2 data. I'm getting paid now. Like, it just looked like a great opportunity relative to a lot of other brokers. And if I could recommend that and get paid for it, I was like, man, that looks very, very tempting. It really was. But I had to really step back and think about it. And I had to ask myself, is the average person that takes my recommendation, is that going to result in a better life outcome for them? And while for me conditionally the answer was yes, I would argue that for the average person the answer is no. And because of that, because most people, majority of people lose money, people aren't going to trade and use Webull the way that I used Webull, I struggle internally to want to recommend a broker, right? I mean, I wouldn't mind saying like, hey, here's the things that I liked about it. Like, I wouldn't mind making a review on it. But for me to then put an affiliate that I would profit from pushing people towards a broker that I think statistically will not work for them, that is where I start to have some internal conflict. And I mean, I have no gripes with other people that want to do it, but like for me personally, I really struggle to accept that. And if I believed that what I was pushing would help most people, then I wouldn't mind taking an affiliate. But I can't really think of an instance with trading specifically, because trading is just something where everybody just seems to get burned. I can't really think of something I would inherently want to affiliate with. I set a limit order for a long-term investment, and I was 8 cents off of a fill, then watched it pull away up $5. Yeah, good old OXY. On the bright side, though, if this channel does end up getting to 1,000 subs, I could monetize it. It's a little bit of extra money that maybe I could redirect into the channel somehow. Like I could do like a subscription thing with a music provider, like an AI music provider to make better music or something like that. Or even make custom music from other people that would want that. I'm sure there's something I could do with it to redirect it positively. Nothing, and it's already 7:30. Yeah, it's one of those days, man. It's one of those days. We're just chilling and waiting. DXYZ. This one's really running. I mean, it's too pricey for me. I'm guessing, what is this, like oil related somehow? Just waiting for the 1 trillion% move that lets you get the Lambo. Yes, sir. This has been a surprisingly strong move for the volume it's had. Yeah, only 21 million shares. This has made bigger moves in the past, too. $21 up to 40. But it's been a slower grind. This one's more of a big pre-market move. 27 to 35. And that's a pretty sizable gap up relative to what it normally does. And this is... This doesn't actually have news on it on Bazinga. It's pushing this. RTL. This one again. This one has moved recently, right? Yeah. Expansion into 16.3 billion glaucoma market. Don't ask me if I pronounced that right. I definitely did not. Okay. Might not even be able to short this because it recently had action. It might still be hard to borrow. Let's see. I am able to. See if it wants to pop up here. I'm already pretty close to an entry too. Oh man, I could only get the first order out. Alright, well, if we do short this, then it's only going to be the first leg. Which is fine, but... Yeah, that did not last long. I only had 1, 2, 3... about 3.5 minutes to get on that. Maybe it just rolls over here too anyway. Or 50% spike. Almost, yeah. Yeah, this headline doesn't really read to me as anything too crazy. Expanding into a market isn't really a super, super big headline on its own. This volume also isn't that particularly high for this move. Notably, most of this volume came in after this pop-up here, so there's a bit of a value gap. Looks like I missed out on my opportunity. It wouldn't have mattered anyway, so I'll keep my order out if this wants to make the next leg. But yeah, I took half size because this one's a cheaper price, a bit more volatile. Or it's more expensive and a bit more volatile. But yeah, we'll see if we get a bounce. Wasn't willing to slap the ask at 670. In hindsight, I wish I would have taken that quick $1 share. Yeah, but who yeah, exactly. Who would have known it was going to do that? Could make an extra leg. Locates are crazy expensive on Cobra 2. I can't even short it now, but what was it before? It was like 400% or something, right? All right, this is a lower float. Seven. Did someone say 6-7? Oh my god. Yeah, that's right. Get out of here. Yeah, I'm a bit unfortunate I couldn't put my other two orders out, because now if I do get filled, if price does go against me, I won't be able to average in. Not a huge deal, but on this one, I could see this one moving a bit more. If it does want to get traction. Only because the float's lower and this one moved recently. I guess it rejecting here does make some sense too, right? There is clearly some kind of consolidation area here. And maybe this news isn't actually as much as I'm giving it credit for. It might even be less than that. So at the time I placed the order here, I had 866 for my entry. Yeah, it still needed to go like another 50 cents. I wasn't even close. Still, seeing volume drop like this is ideal. I'm not sure if it's... I just feel so bearish on this one. I mean, I could be wrong, of course, but seeing this gap up, seeing the news be not very circumstantially relevant, not seeing exceptional volume, this just looks bearish to me. Yeah. On the bright side, this is pulled back enough now that if this does make the second leg, then 860s actually is an appropriate level for an entry. Right, that's about the same as the first leg, so that's appropriate. If it does want to curl. I think it's more likely going to roll over than not. I mean, it's already looking like it's rolling over, but if it does, for whatever miraculous reason, curl, I will still be postured to at least capitalize on it. However little odds that has. Man, if Flip Flop was here, he would have been in. He would have been that. He'd be like, oh man, that thing's popping up 50%. I'm going short. I don't care that it's a low float, sub-million shares. It's popping up. It's going back. It's going back. Hoping for a second leg higher. I mean, we'll see. I don't know. The only things that it's got going for you are that it's a lower float. It's made a good move recently. And it has news. But the news isn't that great. It seems very generic. I don't think it's that impressive to me. All right, I would give it like a 60% chance to go down. Maybe a 70%. And that was my prediction back here, right before this breakdown, as I predicted roughly in my head 60 to 70% chance it was going down. Right now it looks like I'm right, but we'll see. I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, to be fair, 90% of the 50, 100% movers in 1-2 minutes pre-market are full retracements, especially in this market. That's true too. Yeah. Literal break-even trade. Well, I mean, hey, at least you didn't lose. Yeah, if this retraces back down to like 610 or 620, I'm probably going to just remove my order. The $3 to $8 moves in 1 minute basically never hold pre-market. Yeah, especially lately, it doesn't feel that way. Man. Man, that's crazy. All right. I'm just gonna cancel my order. This thing is obviously just rolling over. Okay, so I missed the entry on this one by about 50 cents, so I wasn't really even that close. So I don't feel that bad. Oh, man. So we had ARTL move, and it died immediately. We had BIAF move at 7 a.m. This one basically popped up in 2 minutes and has kind of just churned ever since. Yeah, ARTL needed a bit more for me to go short on it. I hate just shorting something that pops up immediately. Because those are the ones where, like, I mean, maybe it goes up 500%, you know? It's like, you need... For me, I want to see it consolidate a little to give me conviction that this thing isn't just going to go parabolic. If it's not consolidating, then I feel like you're almost just jumping on. Well, I was more bearish than not, and it looks like I was right. But it's also not hard to be wrong. It's not hard to be right in this kind of market. Just say it's going to go down, and you'll be right more than you're wrong. Yeah, if the catalyst was better, I think this could have held up. But yeah, I mean, the catalyst just didn't seem that good to me. You'll be back by 8? All right. Yeah, you can go take your shower, man. Yeah, full retracement on ARTL. CODX has news now. Let's see. Ah, I see. This is one that's popped up in the past. All right. Smaller float. Let me check. I can't short it on Webull. Let me check Thinkorswim. All right, can short it on Thinkorswim, so I guess I'll put out orders for it there. Yeah, not shortable on Webull. Okay, I have orders out. If this does want to make another leg now. Yeah, I thought about removing the Thinkorswim orders from this window, but considering I'm on the Webull template, I think it actually makes sense to keep them visible, just so you know that I'm actually like have orders out for them. Christmas tree, yeah, maybe. Good morning, Carl. Yeah, this news doesn't seem that impressive either. I'm not impressed by it. Also, interestingly, this popped up on no news. Almost like they were anticipating this. Does this stock normally do weird moves like this? Nice. I forgot that this was that pattern ascending we had before. Yeah, I forgot about this. A few RGOs. Anything like BIF? This could be a pump day. Yeah, your RGO's kind of moving. CODX might just be a Christmas tree. Yeah, volume's kind of light on it right now. Super low float on URGO, allegedly. No. Okay. The last time they did a dilution was back in 2023. So this is genuinely a low float. Gotcha. And it checks out too, yeah. Super low volume creating massive price movement. Yeah, this thing actually could go parabolic. No news behind this either. So this is just this is just noise. Interesting enough. $6 all the way up to $7.70 without news. I mean, there was news yesterday, so it's more of a continuation than anything. But yeah, $2 all the way up to $9. Just gonna go on and hope for the Lambo or something. Yeah. Right, right. I would slightly recommend against that. Yeah, so my orders aren't even close to getting hit. I mean, I'll keep them out because I was able to get them out there. So if this thing does want to curl, then I am primed to capture any momentum this thing does get. I don't think it's very likely though. Like, I'm asking for a lot for it to get way up here. Yeah, I mean, there's like nothing here. There's just no volume. Sounds like regurgitated news to me, but it's alerted as fresh on the bot. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen them do that a lot. They will just kind of parrot things that others have said. I've seen that. Yeah, it can be frustrating too, because you'll like see it put out like, hey, we're doing this thing where we're doing a distribution somewhere in a place. And then you look and it's just like, wait, this exact same headline was reported a day ago. And then you feel like you just got robbed because you got in expecting it to be breaking news and it's already been priced in. And then the price comes back down. And then you get angry. Speaking from experience. Man, This is really the best we got, huh? NDRA halted, news pending. Ooh, really? Yeah, NDRA, that's a super low floater. Yeah, I'm familiar with that one. Yeah, if it's halted pending news, this thing has moved recently very high, so I'll keep this on watch. I'm very hesitant to jump on this one though, just because I know that this one has the potential to go parabolic. Was it 20 days ago? Wasn't this? I guess it was this. What did it do? $4 to. Okay, it didn't actually go up as much as I expected it to. Okay, maybe. Yeah, maybe I could get involved with NDRA. Let me see if I'm able to short it at the moment. Can only be liquidated on Weeble, so I would have to go through Thinkorswim. Yeah. Nuburu. Buru Nuburu. Yeah. 20-cent stock. Not really interested. Horrible daily chart too. Like, look at how beaten up this thing's been. Ugh. I mean, it had a nice run back here in like September. It's 60 cents all the way up to $4. So almost a 10x move. But yeah, this thing's it's just way too cheap for me. I'll keep it on a side chart for now, just because I literally don't even have anything on my side charts right now. I just have CODX and UGRO. I have room. I appreciate you calling them out, even if it's something like this that I'm obviously not going to engage with. It's good to know what's moving. It has had no less than 6 intraday doubles over the past 2 years. Started to use small size in January. Found out my metrics from my metrics that without those impulsive trades, I would be profitable, but kept doing it a couple times a month. 3 red months. How to deal with it? So I'd be very careful with associating impulse trades with the trades that you had the biggest losses. And the reason I say that is because a lot of times, at least for me, it's really easy for me to look at the worst trades and say, if I just didn't do those trades, I'd be profitable. Because because think of it like this: there's like a distribution of your best winners and your best losers. If you're just taking out the worst losers, then it feels like hindsight bias, right? And I'm not saying necessarily that you're wrong in your assessment that those were impulsive trades. Rather, I would just be careful with labeling them as something in hindsight. If that makes sense, because you have to ask yourself, why was it purely, was there no other reason for you to be in it other than impulsive, or were there things that looked good that you're maybe downplaying and you're saying, well, it was only the impulsiveness that was the cause of this failure? Maybe there were false signals that led to you having high conviction. That's what I would say to look into. And if you have looked into that and the answer is there was nothing, then you shouldn't have been impulsive, right? I would argue that if you were impulsive, there was probably something that looked good that made you pull the trigger. And the reason I say that is because that means then that it isn't entirely impulsiveness that is to blame. Another bad day for longs. It's kind of looking that way. I mean, CODX is kind of holding up. So I would say they did okay on this one. They got totally wrecked on ARTL. I mean, they just got destroyed. Just popped up, immediately rolled over. Big sad. BIF. Yeah, even BIAF is kind of failing here. Yeah. Going for a breakout. Went for the breakout. It didn't do too well. Massive volume on the breakout. I hate to see high volume on that breakout. PPPT. This one doesn't really have... Okay, it had one spike here. $6 up to 14. Oh, it opened at 10. Okay. And now it says AI collaboration with Converge Bio to accelerate development. Okay. It's a partnership. Cool. Got 1,000 shares of volume on that news. I'm able to short this one. This is an Israeli company too. So red flag there. I'll keep this one on watch. I don't really want to commit to it here. Oh man, this market. Man, this market is horrible. It's just like all of this consolidation in action was on around like 100,000. You get this 300,000 candle on the break. A 200,000 candle pushes it from 270 down to 240. This definitely feels controlled. And by the way, this stock didn't even go up like 30%. So you're getting these nasty rugs on stocks that aren't even going up 30%. Now let's see if it rebounds. That'd be crazy, right? To see it do this nasty of a rug and then just fully rebound. Literally everything I've looked at is rolled over in 5 minutes. Is there anything that has held up? I mean, I guess UGRO, but like that has no volume. Right, the big three we had CODX, these are the big three. CODX, this one's appears to be getting rugged currently. ARTL got rugged immediately, right? It popped up, immediately gave it all back. The IAF, this one popped up in 2 minutes, went sideways for like half an hour, and has just been slowly bleeding down. Yeah, like there's not many movers. The ones that are moving a little bit are getting pounded. IMNN. You're in at 3. Good luck, sir. I would be a bit afraid for you right now, considering how things are holding up, but... I mean, if you're in that early and you got basically the bottom, maybe it's fine. But like, I'm so worried about a rug and it just goes down to like 260. Given how things are holding up. I'm able to short it. I will get my orders out, like... Yeah, I'll get my orders out. That's right. We don't even see gap ups anymore. Yeah. I think just gaps up and goes lower. There could be it could be basing here. I tested this, but it has been slightly uptrending. You smell a bad manipulation trap on Codex? No. On both sides. Maybe both. That's an interesting spicy take. I could see it. I could see it. Still holding IMNN, looking for 340 for the break. Yeah, I like that it held 310. I actually really like that. This actually might do something. CODX, I'm just going to cancel my orders because this is obviously rolled over. It's not doing anything. Right. Actually getting some good volume too here. This could actually accelerate. Yeah, this is really good volume. Now let's watch it roll over. No, I actually have a little bit of confidence in this. This actually looks very bullish to me. I know we've had a bearish market, but or first few stocks, but this actually looks good. All out at 354. Sure, I'll be selling early, but I'll take the 54 cents. No, absolutely. In this market, getting 54 cents, heck yeah. I don't blame you at all. I mean, you could have maybe sold like half, I guess, if you wanted to hold it. Because I still think it looks strong, but in this market, just the fact that things aren't holding, I can totally understand it. Don't like how it's pushing against its 316 pre-market. If there's something on the daily that's pushing it, yeah, you got this, you've got that. $360. Yeah, you've got this too on the daily. I mean, I could tell you they have dilution just looking at the chart. I don't know if you can tell, but I think there might be some dilution on the daily chart. You tell me what you guys think. Do you see any dilution? Potential dilution on the daily chart. Do you see any? I can't really tell. Yeah. The question is, do they want it higher? I would argue probably not, just considering they just hammered immediately. Good morning, Lewis. Registered in March. Oh, so really recent one, huh? Yeah. Literally 2 days ago. No, you don't see any? Yeah, I don't see any either. There is no dilution here. Yeah. And down she goes. Looks like you did good then. NASCAR. NASCAR the GOAT today. Capturing 54 cents on this move, selling basically, yeah, not the top, but like pretty close to the top. All right, so does this make us 4 for 4 for stocks that have rolled over this morning? 100% failure rate? Longs crying? I guess this is the dilution. Yeah, and you can even see it here. All these candles have had high volume. So this was pushed up on low volume. You had one candle of high volume here for the green. Every candle after has been high volume red. Yeah, this definitely looks like dilution. This is like a staple textbook dilution. Jeez, man. And if they're gonna pop it up to pump it down like this, I feel like they're gonna push it much lower. I don't think it's gonna stop here. I think it's going lower. Sold for a small loss on IMNN. It feels good to cut early and watch it tank. Oh, that's the best feeling. Selling and then watching it tank. It's the best feeling. Okay, it's kind of stabilizing a little bit here. I still don't think it's going to bounce. This looks super heavy to me. Maybe we see it pretend like it's going to make a 1 minute high and then it just rugs harder. Because it looks to me like someone's pushing this down. Yeah. Whenever you have stuff like this that just are spiraling down, and this one's the one's up. The only reason this thing's even up is because it rugged it right at the end of the day and then recovered. That's the only reason it's up. And because it's a $1 stock, or around a $1. It's just inflating how much it's actually up. Yeah, this is disgusting, though. Horrid. You're up 150 after capturing 2 decent scalps with 300 share positions. Ross would have done the same, but with 20k. He'd be up 5 figures. Yeah, I'm curious how he's doing today. He might be more cautious, given that he had 3 trades yesterday and they were all losers. So I suspect he's more cautious, and especially because all these stocks have been failing. I mean, maybe he tried IMNN. Maybe he tried this one. Because there was some volume that came in right here. So that could have been him getting in. Okay, he actually got the 1 minute high. I didn't actually think this would happen. I still don't think it's going to bounce, but maybe it does. I was more pessimistic than maybe I should have been. Because I thought this was not even going to make a 1 minute high. I thought it was going to pretend like it was going to make a 1 minute high and then just flush harder. So the fact that it actually did make a 1 minute high, maybe it still rolls over. And I was just slightly too bearish, but yeah, I didn't even think it was going to make a new high. I thought it was just going to keep making lower lows, lower highs. Although in my defense, this 1 minute high was almost no volume. So this could be setting up the appearance of a 1 minute high that is not supported at all, and then it gets rugged with high volume. You're pessimistic about any long in this market. Yeah. I feel that. The slippage and lack of resolution would make it extra hard. Yeah. VNRX doing a pretty crazy move, but it's penny stock. Yeah, not interested in it, but this one is moving very intensely on volume. Yeah. I genuinely think IMNN is going lower. This is way too much volume for this to just be a sell-off. This looks like deliberate distribution. And if that's the case, this should go lower. Yeah. Surprisingly, even colder than the last few days, it feels like. Yep, there it is. There it is. The next leg down. Well, we've had things above $3 with a headline, I think. All right, ARTL was one. All right, this was above $3. This had a headline. Immediately failed. I think that was it, actually. I don't think there's anything else. I think it was just ARTL. This is the worst market since 2019. It's definitely one of the worst I've seen. Yeah, it's not the worst, but it's up there. It's like, this is probably like top 3 worst markets I've seen. Just in terms of actual activity. Super boring. Many stocks just popping and immediately rolling over. More than one leg, yeah. We haven't really had, I mean, even ARTL, like, I wouldn't even say that the leg lasted, right? You attempted to make a first leg and it just immediately got hammered down. This is like, you don't even get the full first leg. Just kind of popped and immediately rolled over 100%. Yeah, NDRA still halted. Keeping an eye on this one. When this one halts, this could do something because this has a super, super low float. If this has good news, this could actually do a big move, and it has a history of doing big moves. I would really keep an eye on NDRA on the resumption. I'm actually, just because I don't have any, because I have the room, I'm actually going to put NDRA on a side chart. So when it resumes, I will see it move. I mean, the locates on Cobra are insane too. This isn't even good for shorting, in my opinion. Really awful day. Do we know what the news is yet? It's a biotech, right? So it's probably just some biotech news. Oh, okay. Initiates review of strategic alternatives to maximize shareholder value. Hey guys, we bought Bitcoin. Yeah. Because when YOLOing your money for a 50-50 chance of making money in crypto is better than your company's value, at that point, you're better off just gambling your money than putting it in the company because the company is not profitable. I'm sad to say Candyman got in IMNN. Yeah, we can check on Candyman and DJ, see how they're doing. Candyman did really good yesterday, right? He was like 3 and 3. He was up like $20 or something. See how we're doing today. I always have to like go in because it's so hard to see his P&L. He's only down $12, so he's not down as much as he was up yesterday, which is good. Yeah, someone needs to tell him to like zoom in his metrics because it's so hard to see them. Your feed swing from yesterday's doing well. Very nice. Yeah, feed was the only one that moved yesterday that held up. My trade would have worked on this during this pullback, but barely. I would have given back some of the profits following my strategy. I would have held through this entire drawdown, no profit, and I would have covered around here. So I would have made like 20 cents a share. But yeah, very interesting that this one is the only one that held up. Maybe worth keeping an eye on just because it's the only one from yesterday that held. Could be a lead. You'll tell him right now? Alrighty. He's gonna be like, hey man, Captain says your layout sucks, bro. Change your P&L. I can't see shit. Yeah, you are finally starting to get some follow through too, as well as feed. So both of them are kind of moving. To be honest, I was nervous. I don't like holding overnight, but it's part of my strat, and yet I still get nervous. I mean, any exposure is going to make you nervous, right? I would argue that by holding a longer period, you can kind of distribute the stress. But yeah. You've been watching him recently. Is he new? To my knowledge, he is not. He's actually been around for a little bit. Well before me. I mean, he's super experienced, right? He has a ton of experience in the market at this point. It's going to be more civil. Hey, dumbass, we can't reach your metrics. Yeah. And hey, if you guys got critiques too, like you guys have been helping me out, right? I zoomed in the watch list. I zoomed in the account details. So you'd be able to see the positions if I had a trade, but I don't. So, I mean, the breaking news, it's not really zoomed in much, but I mean, maybe I could highlight it at least so you could see. So what do you think of this? So like I have it set up right now so you can see the whole window. What do you guys think of me like doing something like this so that you could see the left side, which is the important part, right? So you could see the actual date or time of the news so you know if there's actually news on it. You think that would be more beneficial, something like this? And I could even, well, no, I could probably actually leave the live news there. You think that looks more appropriate? I mean, I know you can't actually read the headline now, but it might be more useful just to know that there is news. You guys let me know what you think. Gonna take a whack at making my own web app. Market scanner. C#. I know how to analyze C# web apps. Never developed one. Going to learn and see how it goes at the same time. Yeah, I'm working on back-end development too, using Python. I've never used C Sharp though. I occasionally catch myself drooling over charts of string tickers and pre-market from the last year. It's really depressing that it's come on to then come in and see the day 0%, anything like that. Yeah. Go and trade AMC. Make this interesting. Yeah, dry as a desert. NDRA is open. Yes, it is. It's gapped up. All right, this could be the move of the day, folks. Super, super low float. If this news pans out, this could make a very big move. I'm gonna actually go ahead and switch here. One moment. I'm gonna try put orders out on Thinkorswim, because I suspect if I'm even gonna have a shot at getting in this, I need to do it immediately. I am able to short it on Thinkorswim. All right, got orders out. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, was not able to short it on Webull. I still don't think... Is it liquidation only? Yeah, liquidation only. Yep. I'm glad I have both brokers, honestly. Both of them have instances where they're just not letting me short. But as long as it's only one at a time, like a lot of times one restricts and the other doesn't. So that works. Man, this thing is super, super volatile. 370 to 410. Like this thing could move significantly. Super low volume too. Yeah. This gets any level of volume. This thing could actually squeeze. Is AMC actually doing something? I thought you guys were just screwing with me. No, it didn't do anything. What are you talking about? I mean, I like slightly larger spreads, but this is bad. Well, yeah, I mean, it's a genuine low float. Certainly. And also, there's nearly no volume. Even today, people are still getting cooked by AMC. How is this possible? Have we not learned from history? The AMC apes, they all got slaughtered years ago. Surprised there's even some silverbacks still alive. We've seen what VCX has done the last 4 trading days. I don't think I have. I haven't noticed that one. Has it done a crazy move? Let's see. Let's see. Okay, so it was at $30. Now it's at a very humble 300. I mean, that's not that big, guys. I mean, it's not even HKD level, you know? It's got to go to at least 2,500. No, very impressive, though. Right? IPO 4 days ago. It's been just going up each day. I bet this is a Chinese company. Or a foreign company. It's a fund. Okay. Yeah, this one's weird. Very weird. $100 spreads at one point. Yeah. Honestly. Yeah, I could see it. So to me, feed looks interesting because we're at high, right? We basically touched the high from yesterday, market hours. So feed is certainly worth keeping on watch for a curl and new leg. I got more faith in it because this is the only one that held up yesterday. It's honestly quite a strong chart pattern in terms of holding up. I still got the orders for NDRA out. This looks like it's kind of just fizzled out, though. The volume just kind of disappeared. I'm not really expecting anything with it. I mean, we'll see. Good morning, Skivon. Yeah, it's hindsight's that's hindsight for you, NASCAR. Yeah. It feels like there's just been nothing safe. The only real thing that would have worked is doing something like NASCAR did, where you just got in immediately. This is kind of curling up. It's only on 5,000 volume, though, so I'm not super high conviction. The RBN. This one's kind of moving. No news on it. Just straight up to 1140. No volume. Okay, just back down. All right, never mind. All right, never mind. I don't even know how it went up that high. Spread super compact. Okay, another 5,000 volume of NDRA. Could be getting some momentum. I'm a bit concerned though because the volume's still light. Want to get good at trading large caps. In terms of liquidity, at least you won't have an issue there with larger caps. Although I've found that pre-market, they don't, you'd think it would be the other way around, but most large caps don't actually move that much pre-market. Only the major ones like Nvidia, Apple, Tesla, like the big ones, they'll move during pre-market, but a lot of the other ones, they actually don't get that much volume. At least enough volume to move them. Grok told me to sell put against AMC, so maybe I can sue Elon. Yeah. Okay, another 5,000 volume. We've had 3 minutes now. This has gotten some volume. It's still super light. Yeah. Strategic investments, merges, business combinations, asset sales, or sale or merger of the company. UGRO. Yeah, UGRO has just been kind of grinding. It's just been grinding higher. NDRA, surprising recovery on it. It's recovered most of the drawdown. Wish me luck. I'm using Robinhood to trade NDRA if it's good. Using Robinhood. I haven't used it since its pioneer days. I always thought it was crap, but it looks like it got some overhaul, so maybe it's better now. I just know back in the day when they first came out with it, you couldn't even look at a chart, really. Yeah, nice continuation. We're reaching the highs. Notably, this entire first part of the leg was almost no volume. The volume really came in here. This looks top heavy to me. NDRA back down. Just getting slammer dogged with a lot of these moves. Yeah, I still think feed might be the best opportunity. NDRA is kind of acting weird. This entire move has been low volume. If you even get significant volume, like 100,000, this could make like a 50, 100% move. But it needs the volume to come in. Yeah, feed is curled up nicely. Yeah, feed's trying to break yesterday's high. Yeah, I still think feed's one of the better opportunities. It should be right at the highs. Yeah, it is. Let me do a check. Let's see. It's got a ways, but let's see if I'm even able to get an order out for it. There might not be shares available because of yesterday. Yeah. Oh no, that's liquidation. That's not a share problem. Yeah. I'll use Thinkorswim again. I'll try it again. Yeah, I just might need to start using Thinkorswim as the default at this rate, though. Yeah, I'm able to place orders, so we're going with Thinkorswim for this, I guess. Let me get the orders out here, and I'll switch back. Okay. I got 3 orders out for feed if it does want to get up there. Seeing potentially the start of a second leg. Not a recommendation because I am in feed. I'm just mentioning in case anyone wants to see. Yeah. Anyone having any problems trading on Webull? It said it can only liquidate yesterday. Yeah, it's not tradable on Webull. That's why I had to do Thinkorswim. Right? You're getting this, right? The security can only be liquidated. So, for whatever reason, Webull is just restricting a lot more stocks recently. Not just for like buying, but just trading them. I don't really understand how people actually made money before 2020 trading long on these super low ramp ups and actually scale while doing that. So it's an interesting question. Any news on YYGH? Yes. Looks like they announced estimated total assets and net assets per share of 803 and 318 respectively. So their estimated total assets is what they're using to price this. It's a nice move. Also, this is a pretty catastrophic fall from $10 to 1. Right, I'm expecting some kind of like dead cat bounce in some form. There was a prospectus last month. Not this month, though. So this sudden drop from $10 to 1 doesn't really line up with the prospectus. Also, oh my god, NDRA died. Had a heart attack. Well, there you go. And on low volume, too. Very low volume. Took a position on YYGH at 128. Good luck, sir. Yeah, for me, I don't think I'm going to short this. Because this part of the dilution isn't really explained through the offerings, I think this has the potential to do a bigger move. I don't really want to mess with it. I'm such a baby. You mean NDRA puked? Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. Feed continuing to grind. Really trying to break out from this second leg. Very small new high here. Tables are cold today at the casino, so I'm calling it. Have a nice one. Yep. You have a good one, man. YYGH. Looks like it's pulling back a good bit. You're out of YYGH, 128, 133. Okay, so you made 5 cents on it. I mean, honestly, in this market, just in general, it's always good just to make money, right? But like, especially right now, it's god awful. Yeah, I mean, I could have shorted it. Like, my entry would have, I probably would have gotten hit. Because this is up significantly from the close yesterday. But I really just feel uncomfortable seeing how much this pulled back. It just feels like this could be overextended to the downside. Feed boom. I mean, I'm hoping for feed, right? I'm hoping for it because I want to go short on it. I'm still watching it. QNRX moving. Very weird chart on it, though. It's getting good volume. It was a prospectus in December of last year. Did have a pretty big spike a while ago. 8 all the way to 40. Yeah, that was before December, though. Interesting how this only started significantly after the news. I can even short it, but let me check. Man, Weeble is really just like eating ass lately. Just not being able to short anything. Or not short, just trade anything. Let me check Thinkorswim. I'll check it. Yeah. I mean, I'm able to short it on Thinkorswim. All right. Yeah, Weeble's really just kind of sucking today. Just, I wonder if this is just a trend that's going to keep happening where they just keep setting everything to liquidation only. Yeah, so I got orders. Hold on. I need to cancel this. I had orders on IMN, but that's just out of play. See, I have orders on QNRX and FEED. We'll see if either of them move enough. This one's moving interestingly, so this one might do something for me. Have I considered switching to an offshore broker to get around PDT rule and stock restrictions? It's something I haven't ruled out, especially because there's some brokers that specialize in shorting. The thing is, though, is like I'm trying to work within the bounds of commission free. Okay, nice pop there. Got some volume that came in on it. Let's see if we get a resolution. Or if we just roll over immediately. Feed's also kind of pulling back. We're almost at the top of the hour too here. Yeah, a very sad day for a day trader. ENLV moving as well. Yeah. Israeli company from this one. It's crazy to think how high fees were across the board not that long ago. Yeah, before they introduced zero commission, the prices were insanely high. And also, Skivon, to your point, though, just to be more direct with you, is even though Weeble's kind of sucking right now, like, Weeble and Thinkorswim are kind of balancing each other out. I haven't had many instances where I haven't been able to take the trade on either broker. And I think that's the important thing. QNRX might be rolling over. All right, I am able to short ENLV. Yeah. Okay, so QNRX. I had orders, you can see my orders here, but didn't quite get the range I was looking for to get short on this. I also halved size because of the volatility. ENLV, though, still pushing for highs here. Feed has curled back up as well. Honestly, I got two stocks that could come into play here. I'll give them a little bit longer. I do want to cancel these orders, though. So it's just Feed and ENLV now that I'm watching. I'm not really expecting either one to get filled, to be honest, but yeah. I was thinking about opening a CMEG account, but yeah, commissions are a killer. So I'm holding off until my edge is more dialed in. Yeah, look, I'm telling you now, the commissions on CMEG are brutally high. Like, it is... You think it was bad whenever I was trading on Lightspeed. CMEG is a killer. You're going to be paying over $100 a month just for the platform. That's even before the fees. And I believe the fees are high. NSRX. Bro, I didn't even pull it up yet, and it's already rolled over. I didn't even pull it up yet. Come on, I didn't even get to look at it. It's already dying. Okay, well, fair enough. Thanks for this up. Yeah, I mean, do your own research, of course, right? I'm just speaking from personal experience. But yes, there is a reason why I'm trying to focus so hard on zero commission, especially because this is a new strategy, right? I'm trying to have as little headwinds as possible. And of course, fees and commissions are headwinds, so the fact that both of these brokers I'm on have zero commission is very, very significant. Right, having no overhead feels like it's vital for at least the early stages. If I eventually get more dialed in, like let's say I get to a point where this strategy actually does work and then I try sizing up and I find out that maybe I can't short more than 500 shares, then that would certainly be that'd be a point where maybe I would want to consider pivoting. Man, today was just horrible though. I put out several orders. There were stocks that were moving, but just nothing moved more than like 30 or 40%. We had one that popped up 50 ARTL and it just immediately rolled over. Yeah, feed's moving, but I think it's moving too slow. Same with ENVL. I'll give them a little longer. They're both still moving towards my entries. So I'll give it a little bit longer here. I appreciate your selectivity. Well, I've had to be selective. There's just nothing. There's nothing really holding up. I am still thinking about modifying the strategy for these super cold markets because I'm essentially like not fully utilizing the 6 day trades that I have. So I understand that the day's trades are a restriction, especially for like taking profit, but the real bottleneck right now is just that there's no opportunity. The bottleneck isn't necessarily the lack of opportunity. Or the bottleneck is the lack of opportunity. It's not necessarily the restriction of the day trades. But it's something to think about. Because tomorrow I'll get my 3rd day trade back for Webull, and I'll have all 3 day trades for both accounts back, I think. No, Thinkorswim's still going to only have 2. Yeah, so I'll still be missing 1 for Thinkorswim, but like I'll have 5 day trades available. So day trades are really not the limiting factor here. Yeah, so ENLV, my entry was at 156. We didn't get there. Yeah, we might even just be rolling over here. Feed's been grinding up. It's actually getting closer to my entry, but I mean, with how much time we have left, I don't even think it's getting there. All right, we'll keep an eye on ENLV. It's done big surges twice now. Very strange. All right, I'll give it till 9:15. If I'm not in a position by 9:15, I'm gonna call it for the day. I was actually getting ready to call it, but just seeing this sudden surge of volume, right, going within like 10 cents of an entry, kind of made me pause for a moment. Yeah, I think this was the closest we've gotten to a fill today, and this wasn't even within, this was like within 10 cents. So yeah, just nothing really moved enough to warrant shorting, at least for me. Yeah, again with these weird sudden surges. It's the 3rd time it's done it. I mean, I guess 4th even if you're going to count this one. RMSG popped. Yeah, it's certainly curling. I mean, it's too cheap for me. But it is holding up well. It looks like it's curling. All right, you're gonna head out. Gotta make breakfast. Good luck to anyone. Yeah, good luck to you as well with your breakfast endeavors. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I'm getting close to ENLV for an entry, but thing is, if I'm not in by 9:15, I really just gotta close the orders and call it, because we're getting too close to market open. And I don't really think that there's much risk holding into open, but just in general, as a safeguard, I make it a rule not to hold. Feed could run, yeah. I mean, feed was the only one that held up yesterday. Wouldn't be surprised if it runs today. Well, obviously you got to go with pancakes, right? Like, I mean, I don't know of a better breakfast than that. Let's be real. If you're not doing pancakes for breakfast, what are you doing? What are you, like a waffle scrub or something? RMSG did break out, so good call out on that, me name. Very nice. Like I said, it's too cheap for me, so I didn't want any part of it, but it is indeed moving. Waffle Gang for sure. Oh, you're a disgrace, man. How dare you? It's disgusting. I'm just kidding. Moo wouldn't allow me to trade feed yesterday. I can't remember. Was it restricted on Webull? Yeah. So on Webull, or yeah, on Webull, feed is also restricted. Belgian waffles. Meh. Meh. It's kind of mid. All right, well, I gotta call it because we're getting too close to market open. I'm not even in a position yet, so I can't, or I gotta switch over to B. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to call it here. Yeah, the best opportunity, right, ENLV, my closest order was 156. We got kind of close, right? We got to 144. So I was about 12 cents off of the entry there. Every other order I had, though, the price didn't even get close to my orders. So it was just a very, very slow day today. Just more of the same, it feels like. But yeah, I'm going to wrap it up here. I'll be back tomorrow. It is what it is. We'll live to trade another day. Take care.